What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ross. Now, I want to talk about something that I don't think you're really going to hear elsewhere, simply due to the fact that there aren't that many long-term retainers getting on the internet and speaking about their experiences, right? Guys, now I say 1800 plus days, and you guys see that in some titles and some of my other videos, but I'm closer to 6 years than I am 5 years, right? Semen retention is cool and all, but in this case, you could see this as a negative of semen retention, especially long-term retaining. You're not going to be able to relate to people anymore. And to a certain degree, your life is going to feel like you have to put on a mask to relate to people. And that is what I'm personally going through right now. When you raise your vibration to such a level, people can't really relate to you. Neither can you relate to most people. And none of this means that I think that I'm better than anyone or, I'm holier than thou. None of that at all. This is just my reality. This is what happens when you amass a lot of energy, retain that energy. People sense it. And most people can tell that I'm not on the normal type of time. My ability to relate to people now, it depends on me. Now, in the beginning of my journey, I've never been that big of a drinker, right? Maybe I smoked weed more than I drank. But in the beginning of my journey, I would have drinks here and there. And I noticed that when I drank, it was easier for people to relate to me. Every time I clean things up, not that things aren't clean already, but I take it to, I guess, a more extreme level where I'm just by myself. I stay away from anything that I might deem low vibrational, whether it's music or rap music, negative people, so on and so forth. I don't drink, I don't smoke, so those things are already out. When I go clean like that, I notice that it's incredibly hard for people to even really be around me, because they don't know how to interact. They don't know how to be with me, right? We're just such a different vibrations that, they don't know how to, bridge that gap. Most, if not everything that goes on right now in this world, everything that's cool, everything that's sexy is third dimensional. I can't really interact with people. Specifically, for instance, I have a painting business, right? So I own a painting company, residential, interior residential. And even talking to clients, I notice that I have to do things to stoop my vibration down a little bit, just for them to be able, just to get more sales sometimes, just to be able to relate to my clients sometimes. That's something that people won't really think about on this journey, but this is the reality. With certain clients, I might have to, listen to some more aggressive rap on the way there. Or back in the day, I would drink, have a little drink, a night or two before, doing things that required me to be in the third dimension. I would do things like that prior to, just to kind of bring down my vibration just a bit to where people can relate to me. Now, trust me, I wouldn't trade the positives of this journey at all, but you do have to keep in mind that with everything, as above, so below, you're going to have good, and there are going to be, cons, bad per se. Now, I don't really see this as bad. It's more so, it feels like I'm wearing a mask at times, because I've got to pretend, in a sense, to really, get along with people. Things like that can get draining over time. So that's another reality with semen retention. Most people are not on this journey. So you're going to be alone. You're going to be around people and still feel alone a lot of times. And in my case, you learn to love it. It is what it is. Awakening and certain spiritual practices, you could say they're curses, right? Because once you go there, you don't really come back, and you're forced to see life through those lenses forever, right? And to be honest with you guys, I pay the price now that's why it's like a tug of war battle. I pay the price when I stoop down. This universe is very funny. When you're oblivious to something, the universe tends to be lenient as to how harsh you're punished for that said thing, right? If you know that something is spiritually wrong and you still do it, the universe is going to punish you harsher than the person who doesn't know that that thing is spiritually wrong. They are genuinely unaware of that. The universe is going to be more lenient with that person. This is the same thing that that I go through on a long retention stint. I have to do things sometimes to slightly lower my vibration to become more relatable. At the same time, I can't be there for long because then I start noticing things that I'd rather not deal with. Okay, so we talk about punishments and unfavorable scenarios starting to happen. But this is just one big tug of war that, to be honest with you, I still am learning and trying to find a balance with. Because if your vibration is too high for too long, you start getting out of touch. Because this is a third dimensional world. You know, I mean, food is third dimensional, right? Your girlfriend is third dimensional, right? Business, money is third dimensional, right? There has to be a balance, right? If you stay too long on the 5D, you actually find it harder to do, third dimensional things. It's crazy to me. There are some low vibrational individuals killing it in this world, and their energy is more conducive, especially with the way the world's going now. Their energy is more conducive to making a killing, right? Success in this third dimensional world. And one thing that you'll notice, yes, you get lucky in retention. Yes, good things happen in your favor. But this world does reward dark energy, dark behavior to a certain extent. So this is something that I wanted to touch on, guys. I'm going to talk more about this in the future because this can get very deep. But this is something to keep in mind when you're really committing to this journey. We talk about hate and all the other things that happen. That's going to be nothing compared to what you're going to deal with. Having to live in two different dimensions and balancing out and making it work because you are on Earth. I am a human being, spiritual being in a human body, having a human experience. And you do have to balance those two things. So that can be one of the trickiest things that you deal with as a long-term retainer. I'm going to cut the video here, guys. We're going to talk more about this later on. This is a very expansive topic. If you have any questions regarding anything that I was just talking about, or you want to make any comments, comment down below in my comment section. I read everything. Like my video, and last, subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video.